What's up, guys? Bear with me as this thing goes light and dark, walking the dog at night, blah, blah. Congressman Max Rose, Congressional District, New York City, Brooklyn and Staten Island, South Brooklyn and Staten Island, won his first election based off of a shared sentiment, and that shared sentiment being the crappy traffic conditions where we live here. Bad road conditions, overpopulation, too many structures, not enough space to widen or create new roads. It's just what it is. Take it or leave it. If you don't like it, move out. I'm out of here in the next year and a half. But it was only a shared sentiment. There was no plan to actually try to do anything about it, because he knows, like everybody else here knows, that there's nothing that you can do about it. Then what he did was he leveraged the idea and the fact that he was a captain in the army, an infantry officer, a war fighter, a door kicker, leader of men in Afghanistan, who was awarded the Purple Heart because of wounds sustained because of enemy intent. And his catchphrase, because I know how to fight like hell. I understand what it's like to fight like hell, and I'll fight like hell for you. Well, now his new campaign is based off of another sentiment. His ad on TV and the internet simply says, Mayor de Blasio is the worst mayor in the history of New York, or New York City. Then he pauses and says, that's it. That's the ad. Well, what is you getting into a seat of office in Congress going to do about a mayor handling his locality? Last time I checked, nothing. Because a congressman has zero impact on that mayorship. So again, no offered plan, no ideas, just a shared sentiment. And whether it's an actual shared sentiment or not doesn't matter. He just has to make himself look and sound good to people who have that sentiment. Hopefully people see through it this time. You do not vote for a sentiment. You vote for ideas. You vote for plans that you believe are going to be the best for moving your particular area or nation forward and in the right direction. Not only that, but Max Rose used his uniform, wearing it in ads, be they print ads or on TV, to help drive that sentiment home for all the people who give due respect to our men and women in the military. I mean, shit. I'm a veteran, okay? I wear my colors proudly, okay? But that doesn't mean that I should use that to leverage sentiment to get things out of people. If anything, I should utilize the ideals and the code of honor that we learn while we're in the military to keep myself motivated and to motivate others around me so that we can all move forward together. Not only that, but campaigning in uniform, last time I checked, is kind of illegal. I do remember in recent history, somebody who was a Navy SEAL campaigning in their uniform, and man, you talk about how they threw him under the bus real quick for doing that stuff. Yet here's Max Rose doing exactly that. And they even showed a picture of him with his head wrapped up, sitting there in Afghanistan, after the moment that got him awarded the Purple Heart for injuries sustained because of enemy intent. Well, you know what? If this guy is campaigning on nothing more than a sentiment, but doing nothing, while he's actually a congressman with that stupid look on his face, looking like he's always scared of something. Well, maybe that head wound did a little bit more brain damage than was originally thought. Then again, in all fairness, maybe he doesn't have brain damage. Maybe it's the people that actually vote for him because he simply just said something that they agree with while offering no plan and no idea. But that's just me. I don't dig that kind of shit. And I don't dig that Nicole Miliotakis chick either. She's the one who said that she's not a Trump supporter, yet she happily accepted his endorsement so that people who do like the president would say, oh, Trump gave her the nod, now I'm going to vote for her. Besides, anything's better than de Blasio. You can't say that you dislike somebody and then take their endorsement happily, because you then either have to admit you're a hypocrite and become a puppet to that individual when they ask you for favors back, or you have to risk losing that endorsement. Then what? So the both of them are clowns. But you know what? Almost every politician is that way, from the smallest locality all the way up to the president themselves. These people are out there for themselves. They're not your friends, and they only say things so that you believe that they're the cool kids in the lunchroom, and you go ahead and go vote for them. Don't do it. Don't fall for the bullshit. The best people will never run for office. They're doing too many good things in the private sector. They have their lives put under a microscope and have everything about their lives distorted to try to make them look bad or look overly great, which also strips you of your humanity of an imperfect person who just wants to do the right thing. Unbelievable.